When I was interested in the stock market, I'm 1960 born. I think my sister got married in 1975. I remember from that year, I used to read the newspaper and I used to see that prices fluctuate. And I was always a very inquisitive child. And my father always encouraged my inquisitiveness. And my father used to do some investing, some trading. So I used to be after him that, Daddy, why do prices fluctuate? Why do you buy stocks? So he used to tell me that read the news and you see something comes about gas, Gwalior. Next day Gwalior's prices go up and down. So because news comes, then some balance sheets I used to see. What is this balance sheet? So as a young person I never understood much. But I used to understand, share capital, reserves and surplus means very good. Company has got large money. So I had a childhood curiosity and a childhood interest.
But you were a bureaucrat's son. I mean, weren't you propelled into the IAS, IFS type of stream?
Well, I was a bureaucrat's son, but fortunately I have a very democratic father. And also we have a business background. Business is in our blood. Speculation and trading is in our blood. We are from Rajasthan, Jhunjhunu district. And my father was very democratic, very encouraging dad, and he taught me a lot and he encouraged me to do whatever I found interesting.
Inquisitive, but my sense is that when you decided to become a broker, say for example, he wasn't exactly embracing you.
Yeah, maybe that was far later when I was about 29, 1989, 90. No, he never, I tell you, I will never forget, I became a chartered accountant in 1985 and I come from a very middle class background. My father had no business and I had to make my life myself. So he told me after I completed my chartered accountancy in 1985 that what do you want to do? So I want to go to the stock market. So he told me 3-4 things which are very, I think which are the basis of my career today. He said, don't go to any of my friends, don't ask me for any money, don't do this, I'll do this. Right?
That is, don't ask anyone for any money ever.
Right? Don't forget your word is your bond. You have a house, you can live here. You're a sharp fellow, you're a chartered accountant, you can earn 15,000-20,000 a month, you can look after yourself. Be fearless and you morally encouraged.
1985 is when you entered the market. Can you tell us the first stock which was your original idea?
Well, I had no money and my brother was a practicing chartered accountant. So he had a client whom he introduced me to. And she had a lot of money and she wanted to have enhanced return. So she was very well provided for. I said, why do you want to, go into stocks? But I can do one thing that bank deposits pay. You used to pay about 10% that time. So I told her, you will lend me some money. I'll give you 18% interest. So she said securities. I said, I have no security. I had 500 rupees in the bank, which is what I, when I saved through my articles. And something my father had put in the bank when I was a child. So I told her that what I can do is you give me a check of 1 lakh. I'll give you a security after 15 days. Then you give me a check of 1.5 lakhs. Again I'll give you a security. And after some persuasion she agreed. So that's how I got the first 2.5 lakhs.
Because we date ourselves, interest rates were high, 18%, and after 15 days, because settlements were 15 days.
Yeah, so that's why I gave her the security.
But in 89, by the time of Dangote budget, you had hit your spur. 3-4 years into the market, you were now becoming...
85 to 89, this lady gave me 2.5 lakhs, then there was a Christian gentleman, to whom I still pay, even today I pay him 24% interest. I still have his money, he gave me 5 lakhs. I went and gave him a security, he returned it to me. I told him, Mr. Mendonca, you don't know what you're doing, you're giving me money, I'm in the stock market. He said, no Rakesh, I trust you. I had this 7.5 lakhs, then I earned about 8-10 lakhs of rupees in trading in 1985-86 in investing trading. And then I bought 5,000 shares of Tata Power. Then the stock market went through a fairly...
The logic of the Tata Power, the yield was greater than the interest you paid?
The yield was greater and also the earnings was very good. And there was some talk there is, the companies were getting a fixed return in accordance with the Electricity Act.
Correct.
Right? There was some talk that they will link it to the amount of power generated. At those times, even the percentage of capacity used was far lower than today. While Tata Power's capacity utilization was 100%. So then Tata Power would have benefited very much if they had fixed the rate of return to the capacity utilized.
Correct.
And there was good yield, 150 rupees I bought, they used to give a dividend of 18 rupees.
That covered part of your interest cost.
Part of my interest.
But by 89 you had hit your stride, you were looking at bigger things, it was more than just making a living?
Yeah, I went through 2-3, there was bare years, I would say depressive years, but I never speculated. I had a badge, I used to go to the ring, I used to observe, right? And I felt then that the only way, then I asked my family for some financial help with it. My father said, I will stick by what I said, you want to go to the stock market, right? And
stockbroking was not considered a fashionable profession in those days.
He said, you have to make it yourself. But Ramesh, I can tell you one thing. Although I live with my father in that house today, in the same house today, and when my dad, although he did not financially help me, it was very critical that I lived in a joint family. I got married in '87, and I had no income. I had two, three very bad years in the market. Not that I lost money, but I didn't earn much.
The markets itself didn't give the opportunity.
Give the opportunity, and I was always very careful as always.
But in '89, what made you make that contrarian call? There was still gloom.
But although I was not earning anything because my father was looking after the house, looking after the kitchen, and I was living with him, I had no problem. Suppose I was not in the joint family, Ramesh, I don't think I would have remained in the market. I would have to take up a job.
No savings.
No savings. I had a savings. I had 5,000 Tata Power.
But if you kept spending it,
Yeah, and I didn't want to spend it, right? So then I realized that, see, the passport to growth is capital. And no father is going to give it, no father-in-law is going to give it. So that capital had to come through trading. And then that's when I decided, then I had a friend, Mr. Bajaj, he was very bullish in Sesago. So he told me about Sesago, and I believed at 27 rupees, Sesago, and the iron ore prices are fixed annually. The prices were announced for the next year, and stocks were available at 27, 28 rupees. So that was really the first punt of my life, that I bought about 2.5 lakh shares of Sesago at 27, 28. Then I bought another 2.5 lakh shares at 35, 36. And those shares went to a price of 65 rupees and 6 pounds.
it was a contrarian